Please remember to think out loud during your test and tell us if there's any information missing. Now take a look at the site and tell us what you think it is. What's the first thing you notice? What can you do on this site? What kind of content do you expect to find here? And who do you think it's intended for? Okay, woo! Glory to Sweden. I don't know if this is in English. Okay, let's see. It almost looks like a forum. So it says about SwedishWin.com, also known as Swinny, is a website dedicated to posting Soyjaks and Soyjak culture. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing that's some like type of Swede. Having this to Betsy. So it's basically like a big forum. That's what it looks like here. Based off what I've seen, it kind of tells me a little bit about what it is. But the first thing I definitely noticed was the image at the top of the people lifting the Swedish flag. So that kind of told me right away that this is a site based in Sweden. It looks like what I can do here is I can post content, again, all related to the specific culture. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Soyjak culture. Again, it reminds me of Reddit because it almost looks like a discussion forum. So the type of content I expect to find here is maybe like posts, articles, maybe pictures, little comments, all from people who are Swedish and have some connection to this culture. So I do think it is intended primarily for like people who do have a Swedish background. That's the way I see it anyways. All right, so now it says, imagine that you are, you've been seeing a specific meme style character and related jokes all over the internet, but you don't really understand the references. A friend tells you there's a niche discussion site where people share images, inside jokes, and ongoing threads about that culture. Your goal is to figure out whether this site is the kind of place that would help you understand the memes and keep up with what people are talking about. Please explore the site for a bit and explain in your own words what it's mainly for and how someone would typically use it. Okay, so I don't know where to start here. There's boards. So maybe I'll go to like the general board. Okay, so a lot of memes here. Autismerald found. Autists do even have to be to make OCs out of a random model. I don't really get it. What is this? What is this site? Someone sent me this site and told me to read. Somebody's kind of commenting here. Create the liquid. Okay, so maybe about the Swinny. SwedishWin.com, also known as the Swinny, is a website originally dedicated to posting Soyjaks and Soyjak culture. It was established on this 22nd of February. Okay. So then it says, I don't really know. It doesn't seem like this is anything to do with Sweden. People are kind of posting things that are not very nice. Like maybe if I go to, I don't know if I want to go to the home page from where I was. Let's maybe go to the soy one. Your threads must include either Soyjaks or media related to the site's culture. Name tagging, avatar tagging, or signing your posts is not allowed. Discussions or drama related to the soy sphere is not allowed. Okay. So then you might have noticed that the Swinny Boru thread is missing. Where did it go? What happened to it? I have good and bad news. I'm definitely confused. I don't see anything that's Swinny. Going to the anime convention, cosplaying up as Carl with a dagger, stabbing all the... I'm not going to say that word. This definitely doesn't really seem like an appropriate site, nor is it really clarifying to me what a Swinny is. Okay, so I do feel like this is, again, a forum. It's some discussion forum. People can post things, people can comment. But I really don't think it is pertaining to Swedes. It seems like people are posting other things and other topics. And so I don't really feel like it's kind of delivering what it's promised. So how easy or difficult was it to understand what this site is for? I thought it was very difficult. I don't know what a Swinny is, but then when I tried to learn about it by going to different forums, I felt like it wasn't really giving me the answer. I feel like it was kind of talking about random things and not really what it should have been talking about. Now try to find where you would go to read the site's guidelines and expectations for what's allowed. Stop once you found the page / section that explains the rules. I feel like I've kind of already seen that, but let's go back. I do see there's a dedicated section. Oh, a dedicated section to rules. So how would I go there? I thought maybe it would be under boards. So if I go to Soyjak or international, I do see there's like rules. Okay, so here's the rules. No illegal content, no degeneracy, no prohibited content, no excessive spam, no abusive features, no meta whining. And then there are some moderator rules as well and board rules, which I did see the board rules for the Soyjak. So I did find that, and that was actually pretty easy to locate. What best describes how clear the site's rules and expectations are? So I think a lot of them are easy to understand. Like, I understand no abuse, no excessive spam, no degeneracy. I've never heard of meta whining, but I do feel like it explains what it is, like any non-constructive discussion. I don't really know what like meta is referring to here. So I find that to be a little confusing. Otherwise, name, trip, avatar usage. Moderators are not to name F outside of Q and raid. See, that's confusing to me. There's a lot of words that I've never heard of, and I use Reddit. I use discussion forums, but I don't know what these ones are. So I actually do find them to be a little bit unclear. Next, try to find a place where you can browse older content, not just the newest threads. Okay, older content. Stats, bans, squirrel. How would I view older content? I see like about, rules, contact, banners, stats, bans. So if I go home to the home page, general, archive, here we go. This would be older content. And so I can actually search for it. So I did find where I could view older content. Now imagine you want to join the conversation by starting a new discussion thread about a harmless topic. For example, asking for an explanation of a meme or sharing a funny image. Find where you would begin creating a new thread, but stop right before you actually submit anything. Okay, well, I could do it here. It looks like I can like type in a subject for a new thread, although I'm in the archive right now, so I don't know if that is the only location I could do this, or maybe I could like go to general. And either way, there's a section where, depending on the kind of thread that I'm in, I can start a new thread by writing the subject, adding a file of a meme, adding my comment. So I did find that. How confident do you feel that you could post something successfully on this website? I feel pretty confident, although actually I'm going to give it a 4 because I don't actually know, again, what the Soyjak or whatever it is just yet. So I'm trying to post something that was meaningful. I don't feel fully confident. Do I feel like I could post something? Absolutely. I think it's easy, and based off of what I've seen, not everybody is posting relevant things. So that's why I'm giving it a 4. Okay, next question. If you decided not to use this site, what would be the main reason? My main reason would be, it's not auto-correcting. Reason would be because I find the topics confusing and the posts to be inappropriate. I just find that a lot of people are using words that are not very nice, and it's not very subtle. Anything else you would like to share? So this site does not seem to only be about Swedes, but other random topics as well, which makes the purpose seem confusing to me personally. That's the way I've seen it based off of everything I've explored today.